Hello everyone. Presently, we are discussing contraceptive methods under demography and family planning. We have gone through what do you mean by contraceptive methods? That means these are the methods which are used to prevent the unwanted pregnancies either temporarily or permanently. Then we have seen that scientists have discovered many methods till today and which are available for the people to choose from. And some methods are still in use and some methods are outdated because of the disadvantages associated with those products. And still today, there are many methods which are available for male partners and female partners to choose from. And this approach is called as cafeteria approach. And after that, we have discussed in detail the classification of various contraceptive methods. How these methods are classified, we have seen broadly they are classified into two classes. One is temporary methods and another is permanent methods. That means many people want to halt the pregnancy for certain period. So for them temporary methods will be suitable, and those who have decided that now they don't want any children in future also, so for them permanent methods are most suitable. So those who want child after some period, say 4 years, 5 years, 3 years, like that, whatever it may be, depending on the choice of couple or the decision of couple, they will definitely go for temporary methods. And temporary methods are classified as barrier methods. Now these barrier methods, we have seen, they act as a barrier between male and female gametes, and they do not allow them to unite together and stops fertilization, and so the pregnancy will not take place. Now these barrier methods, again, they are available for male and female, and they act either physically or they act by chemical means or in chemical way, or they are chemical methods also. So we have classified barrier methods into two parts: physical methods and chemical methods. Now in physical methods, we have seen condoms are most widely used even today, while diaphragm and vaginal sponge were used sometimes before, but now they are not that much in use because of the side effects or the because of non acceptance by the female partners. So we have seen condoms, they are used by male partners, and they are made from rubber or rubber latex, you can say, and they are pre-lubricated and provided by the manufacturer in rolled form. So one has to unroll it before applying on the erected penis. So it is to be applied before sexual intercourse on erected penis, so that once the sexual intercourse is over and the ejaculation of male partner or the semen will not enter into the vagina, it will be collected inside the condom only. So these are one time use product and they are available in the market. They are provided by the government free of cost in government hospitals also, and in market they are available under various brand names like Kamsutra, Zarur, Deluxe, Man Force, and so on. And then we have gone through the advantages of condoms, that they are safe, they are easy to use, they are cheap, then they do not require any medical supervision, then they prevent sexually transmitted diseases, and so on. And then we have gone through certain disadvantages of condoms, that is, sometimes they may slip off during use, sometimes they may tear during use, or even some people may feel that natural pleasure is not there during sexual intercourse because of condoms. Apart from this, there is no major side effect or you can say disadvantage of condoms, and even their failure rate is again very low. That is again one more advantage of using condoms. Now friends, After condoms, under barrier methods there are chemical methods also, which are or you can say the examples of chemical methods are foams, creams, suppositories, and soluble films. So these are the various types of preparations which are which, or you can say, which contains a spermicide agent, and these preparations are meant to be introduced into the female vagina, and once the sexual intercourse is over and the semen is ejaculated in vagina, these spermicide agents will kill the sperms, and thereby they cannot unite with the ovum, and successful fertilization will not occur. But again, these type of products are not that much popular, and they do not get much market share, and hence they become outdated one. Now the next type of products which are very popular, like condoms, and very widely used, they again fall under temporary methods, and they are called as intrauterine devices or IUDs. Now their name itself suggests intra means inside, uterine means uterus, devices. So they are the devices which are meant to be introduced inside the uterus of females naturally. So these are the devices which are meant for female partners only, and they are introduced into the uterus for temporary contraception, or you can say temporary family planning, you can say, or to avoid the conceptions temporarily. Now these intrauterine devices, they are of three types. Since their discovery till today, we have got three types of intrauterine devices. These are one of the popular devices for family planning. Okay, so they are classified as first generation intrauterine devices, or first generation IUDs, then second generation IUDs, and third generation IUDs, depending on their discovery period. Now obviously the first generation IUDs are the first type of IUDs which were discovered by the scientists, and those were made up of plastic material like polyethylene or other polymers. They were available in different sizes and shapes, and under different names like loops, spiral coils, springs, and bows. Lipase loop was most widely used during 1950 to 1970. It is a double S-shaped IUD having nylon thread attached to it at the bottom. It was available in 4 sizes according to the size of uterus. But the disadvantage of this first generation IUD is excessive pain and bleeding. तर ज्या सगळ्यात अगोदर डिस्कवर झाल्या होत्या, ज्यांचं संशोधन झालं होतं, अशा IUDs, असं बघा, IUD समजण्यासाठी सगळ्यात कॉमन नाव तुम्हाला जर सांगितलं तर कॉपर टी नाव ऐकलं असेल, तर कॉपर टी इज वन टाईप ऑफ IUD. ही एका प्रकारची IUD आहे. तर जे सगळ्यात पहिले डिस्कवर झालेले IUDs होते ते प्लास्टिकपासून तयार झालेले होते, आणि प्लास्टिकचं असल्यामुळं काय होतं, त्याच्यामध्ये तेवढी फ्लेक्झिबिलिटी नसायची आणि हार्ड असायच्या त्या, आणि त्याच्यामुळं काय व्हायचं, फिमेल्सला पेन व्हायचं आणि वजायनल ब्लिडिंग जास्त व्हायची. त्या कारणामुळं काय झालं, ह्या IUDs तेवढ्या जास्त सक्सेसफुल झाल्या नाही किंवा तेवढ्या जास्त वापरामध्ये आल्या नाही. तुम्हाला दुसऱ्या IUDवर आपलं डिस्कशन स्विच होण्या अगोदर एक थोडंसं हिस्ट्री सांगतो. IUDची कल्पना सायंटिस्टच्या मनामध्ये कशी आली. डेझर्ट्समध्ये किंवा तुम्ही म्हणता रेगिस्तानमध्ये जे व्यापारी असायचे, त्यांना व्यापार करण्यासाठी सगळं सामान उंटावर टाकून घेऊन जायचं असायचं, आणि महिनो ते प्रवास करायचे, आणि ह्या दरम्यान जर ते उंट जर प्रेग्नंट झाले तर त्यांचं ते तेवढं ओझं घेऊन जाऊ शकत नव्हती आणि तिचं पुन्हा जशी जशी डिलिव्हरीचा पिरियड जवळ येत होता त्यावेळेस ते ओझं वाहू शकत नव्हती, लवकर थकत असे किंवा त्रास खूप होत असे त्या उंटाला आणि त्यांचा वेळ वाया जायचा ह्या व्यापाऱ्यांचा. तर उंट प्रेग्नंट राहू नये म्हणून काय करायचं, तर ते आपलं हे जे येतं पेंडखजूर येतं ना, पेंडखजूरचा जो सीड आहे, जो बीज आहे, तो ते उंटाच्या वजायनाच्या थ्रू इंट्रोड्यूस करून द्यायचे आतमध्ये आणि त्याच्यामुळं काय व्हायचं की ते उंट प्रेग्नंट होत नव्हते लवकर. आणि सायंटिस्टला ह्याच्यावरूनच कल्पना आली की जर एखादी वस्तू किंवा एखादं फॉरेन मटेरियल आपण जर फिमेलच्या युटेरसमध्ये जर सोडला किंवा ठेवला किंवा इंट्रोड्यूस केलं तर कदाचित असं होऊ शकतं की प्रेग्नन्सी राहणार नाही. कारण काय होतं, ज्यावेळेस एखादं फॉरेन मटेरियल किंवा डिव्हाइस तुम्ही युटेरसमध्ये ठेवता तर त्या युटेरसच्या आतला जो वातावरण असतो, जो जो एन्व्हायरमेंट मेंटेन केलेला असतो, जो मेल फिमेल गॅमिटच्या युनियन करता फेवरेबल असतो, जो फिटसच्या ग्रोथ करता फेवरेबल असतो, जो एम्ब्रिओच्या वाढीकरता चांगला असतो, तो वातावरण किंवा आतमधला जो म्युकस असेल त्याची विस्कॉसिटी वगैरे बायोकेमिकल नेचर सगळं चेंज होऊन जातं आणि तो जो एन्व्हायरमेंट अगोदर फेवरेबल होता तो आता कॉपर टी किंवा काही मटेरियल इंट्रोड्यूस केल्यामुळं काय होऊन जातं, अनफेवरेबल होऊन जातं आणि त्याच्यामुळं प्रेग्नन्सी राहत नाही. हा मेन मेकॅनिझम आहे ह्या कॉपर टीचा किंवा हे इंट्रायुटेराईन डिव्हायसेसचा कार्य करण्याचा. आणि IUDला इंट्रोड्यूस जर करायचं असेल तर कंपल्सरी डॉक्टरकडे जावं लागतं आणि प्रत्येक IUDच्या किंवा ह्या कॉपर टीसारख्या डिव्हायसेसच्या खाली एक दोरा बांधलेला असतो, एक थ्रेड असतो. तो दोरा याच्यासाठी असतो का फिमेल चेक करू शकते का कॉपर टीची पोझिशन बरोबर आहे का, आणि ज्यावेळेस ही कॉपर टी काढून घ्यायची असेल, कारण हे टेम्पररी डिव्हाइस आहे, 1-2 वर्षाने समजा कपलला वाटलं का आता प्रेग्नन्सी राहायला पाहिजे, आता आपल्याला बाळ हवं आहे, तर ती कॉपर टी काढण्यासाठी खूप इझी आहे. फक्त त्या दोऱ्याला धरून ओढायचं आणि ती कॉपर टी बाहेर निघून जाते. हा नायलॉन थ्रेड असायचा. पण पहिल्या जनरेशनच्या ज्या IUDs होत्या त्या बरेही वेगवेगळ्या साईजमध्ये होत्या, वेगवेगळ्या शेप्समध्ये होत्या, परंतु त्या तेवढ्या जास्त पॉप्युलर झाल्या नाहीत कारण त्या फक्त आणि फक्त प्लास्टिक मटेरियलपासून तयार झालेल्या होत्या आणि जेणेकरून त्या हार्ड असल्यामुळं ते फिमेल्सला पेन आणि ब्लिडिंग व्हायची.